specialized in conducting and applying scientific, entertainment and educational programs, in addition to discovering and developing diverse talents in Egypt. Here to talk to us more about the subject and of course the Academy is Dr. Amr Musa, the coach at Utopia Academy, and Amr Adel as well, a student at the same academy. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing, gentlemen? First of all, my question to you is the idea of your academy. How do you...
Most of us, the coaches and the instructors, we've been in this business for a very long time. Maybe from 7 years. We started volunteering in other stuff. Then we found that it has to be a professional thing. We have to have times and people have to come with strict things to do. And that's why we...
Goals maybe, or
yeah,
ideas.
That's exactly what we say. So that's why we thought of the idea of doing it as a professional level, and that's where Utopia came.
So what do you actually teach?
We teach, it's the basic thing about Utopia in brief is that we try to do the utopian society, we try to achieve or replicate the utopian society through having people, youth, we try to make them having a balanced person, which means ethical wise, value wise, awareness, trying to give back to the community that he lives in, and that's the whole idea of it.
So this is how things go. What did you learn, Amr, there in the academy?
I learned a lot of things. Like I learned that religion is fun. It's something that we can learn through not a strict way, a fun way. Like when we go, my instructor Amr Musa, he teaches us how to love religion, not to think that it's something strict and something that's going to hold you from fun. It's something that you're supposed to do. It's fun, and he teaches us also like we have activities like soccer tournaments, and we have activities. Sometimes we go camps outside of Egypt. We go to South Africa and Turkey and everything like that, and it's really fun. I really like it. I enjoy it.
But Utopia as an idea was actually started by Platon, I guess. A philosopher. The idea
Greek.
of the city, yes, the Greek city.
Yeah.
So it wasn't including religion back then, right?
No, we try to replicate it with this generation, now with our culture. That's why we give religion, we give religion, we have a quote that says we try to give things that other people don't give. Maybe reciting Quran is everywhere, in every school in Egypt. However, trying to understand it, trying to understand the value of it, nobody tackles this part, so that's where we come in.
I need to ask you two questions.
Go ahead.
I think your Utopia Academy is subjected to certain areas in Cairo, because what you're doing is great. I'm really very happy with what you're doing, because we at this particular time we are in bad need, especially some age groups.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, haven't it crossed your mind to subject other areas? I mean, the governorates, the rural areas, the low classes in outside Cairo, maybe they would be in dire need for those campaigns to try to...
Of course, it's in our minds, but we're taking it step at a time. We're trying to achieve first a balanced place, then we can start, when we do this community, we can then start going to other places, like you said, low class areas, higher class areas, everywhere we will try to do it, but it's in the plan, but it's not right now.
But you need more money and you need more financial abilities to do
that's
that.
why we're taking it step by step. As soon as we achieve, as soon as we can achieve it, we'll go ahead and do it.
So how is the academy going? On daily basis, maybe 2 days a week, 3 days a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a month? How does it work?
Depends on the term. We have 3 terms, 2 in the winter and 1 in the summer. In the winter, it's mostly because the kids are in schools, so we have 1 day. It's mostly Friday or Saturday. It's
1 day a week.
In the weekend, yeah. In the summer, it goes from 2 to 3 days a week, even maybe sometimes events coming into it. The daily per day, we do lots of stuff. We try to be creative about it. We have, of course, the talents area, where we try to tackle the talents of the children. From diverse talents, we have skateboarding, we have the soccer tournaments, we have accessories for girls, we have fashion for girls, we have about 13 talents.
So you usually spend the whole day on a Friday, not just for 2 or 3 hours a week?
No, we have not the whole day, about half a day.
So you do have fun as well?
Yeah.
You learn things and you do have fun?
Yes, learning and having fun at the same time. It's pretty much impossible for a little kid, but it works.
So which activity would you participate in on a Friday?
Soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah, but like he tells me, because I'm on Amr Musa's team, he tells me to play soccer and to enjoy it and not to really to look for winning. You have to have fun in it too. And Amr Musa is also the coach of the soccer tournament because
he's also the soccer coach?
Yes, because he's the only person that inspires us to play soccer, to have fun and there's tournaments in soccer. There's tournaments and we play tournaments and with people around the world.
Right. I need to ask you about your age groups. Who are your students? Do you pick them up? I mean, do you try to add for your academy so that people can join in? Is it a mouth-to-mouth project so that people tell each other and come and join? I mean, how
Till
does it
now,
work?
it's been mouth-to-mouth. But of course, in our plans, we have our site coming up, utopiaacademy.com, and we have our site utopiacamps.com. However, the kids, the age groups are from 4 to 17.
4 years old?
Yeah, from 4 years to 17. We have different departments, Utopia Kids, and then we have the primary kids, and then we have the secondary, and then we have the pre-juniors, which we prepared to take over Utopia after a while. Actually, there's been kids in my group, and now they're teacher assistants and coach assistants for the younger kids.
And Amr Adel is a candidate?
Amr Adel, of course, is a candidate in this group, but he's still in the secondary years. There's still his pre-junior years where he'll be prepared to take over something in Utopia. It doesn't have to be coach assistant. We have lots of categories in Utopia. We have events, we have camps, and of course we have the academy.
So when was it founded, the academy itself?
5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
That's a bit quick.
Yeah. We started first events like PlayStation tournaments, soccer tournaments, and then we found that we should have an academy to produce the community that we aspire to produce.
But do you have certain conditions for the members to be qualified to join the academy or not?
There is no criteria. We believe in every kid that steps on our door. We remove the awkward part in school. If a kid is like a geek, likes scientific stuff, likes math, this stuff, we have the place for him there. As well as we have for the jocks and the sporty kids, we have the football, we have parkour, we have anything. There is no criteria for any child that steps on our door.
So what about you, Amr? What attracted you to such an academy? Was it your parents?
Well, my parents love the idea of Utopia.
Yes.
And my friend, his name is Ahmed, he told me to go and try it out without, like you don't have to go and pay the first day. You just try it out, see if it's fun or not. I went and I saw if it was fun, and they attracted me to having fun and religion at the same time. And when I met Amr Musa, he talked to me like I was his friend. He like knew me in 5 seconds. We knew each other, and we kept talking and stuff like that. And then I kind of liked it, and I went the next week and the after, and then I became part of Utopia.
But that's a big maybe transition for kids now, because all of the kids and the children are used to playing on the PlayStation or the Blackberries and the iPhones, and just not going out there and having fun with other children and with other people and interacting. That's a big change for the academy.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Amr Musa, the coach, there are lots of issues, thorny issues involved now in the scene here in Egypt in this transitional period. There are lots of wrongdoings, practices, things that really need a hand, an honest hand like what you're doing. So did you try to involve some of your ideas, try to change what's happening? I mean, like we were just talking about the religious iftas, the wrong practices of one religious faction who's practicing ideas in the wrong way, the bad image given on certain things. So did you overlook those issues and try to maybe
it's funny you
handle
should
one
say
of
that.
them?
Next term, we're tackling the same issue you're talking about. We're tackling the way people think. Last term, we gave to the kids critical thinking, that everything has a logical explanation. You should not, everything you see on the internet, on Facebook, you shouldn't press share just for the sake of pressing share. We taught them how to think logically. Next term, we'll be giving them stuff, like you said, the IFTAs that doesn't make sense to us. These things, we'll be tackling them and explaining them on a daily basis to them.
Okay, so you hold domestic camps in Sinai and the Wahad and the North Coast. Tell me more about the camps outside of Cairo.
Outside of Cairo and outside of Egypt as a whole, we have camps. We recently came back from the Himalaya. There
That's an interesting place to go with children.
Yeah, it was amazing. Amr wasn't there, but I went. The place is amazing.
He's teasing you.
Yeah, I know.
Next year we have bigger plans. We have South Africa, we have Turkey, we have Spain. In Egypt we have like almost every term for the academy and outside of the academy, individuals outside of the academy. We have Wahad, we just came back from it. We have Sina, we have the North Coast, of course, in the summer. The camps, as well, as I said, we don't do anything just for the sake of doing it. It has to have a goal, even if it's for entertainment purposes. However, in everything we do, we try to implicate the utopian society that we have in the back of our mind, which is to add value to the kids, which to add skills to the kids. The most of the exploration that the kids do is when they're alone without their parents. Even if it's a simple sleepover anywhere, they try to think, I'm alone. They speak with the coaches. They see how we live. It doesn't mean that you have to have fun by the ways that we see now in Egypt. You can have clean fun as well. That's the whole idea of the camps. We also give kids, last time in the Himalaya, there was this famous boy who didn't want to jump the bungee jump. It was scary. It's the second highest jump in the world.
Yes.
So we talked to him. We didn't apply pressure. We talked to him and he jumped. After that, he is becoming one of the most popular kids in Ethiopia. Before it, he was a shy kid sitting alone at the corner. So
it's important that he lived as well.
Yeah, of course. These things are the things that make it for us worthwhile when we see the kids really learn. So in the camps, it's one of the amazing opportunities to teach the kids and to see how they react, to see how they think, and to answer their questions.
Yes.
Right, Amr, the student, if I'm going to ask you, try to convince me to join in, of course I'm not, because I'm not included in the age group, but if I really need to join in, and I want you to elaborate on the different things that you have acquired and learned in the time that you have spent. How long have you been joining in?
About 1 year, 1 year and a half.
1 year. So tell me, what have you learned? What have you benefited from this academy? And if you try to convince me if it would be better that I join in, what do you think, why I should join in?
Okay, I would probably, the first thing I would probably tell you is to not be shy. You just go into the Utopia Academy, talk with people, communicate, and they're going to attract you. As soon as you go inside, open the door, they're going to attract you. You're going to go to them, you're going to talk, and they're going to show you that it's all about fun, but in a clean way, like Amr Musa said. And also, I would like to say that when you go into Utopia, there's more than just one thing to do. Like, there's so much things. You can play soccer tournaments, and we have the guitar, we have music, we have cameras, we have films, everything. And inside of Utopia, they teach you things about Islam that you probably would never know. Like as soon as I went, it was a coincidence. He taught me things about Quran. He taught me that there are miracles in the Quran that I never knew before. and that pretty much attracted me to learn Quran and to understand it, not just to read it. And that's the first thing I would probably tell you about Utopia.
Amr, you've spoken about the camps and what you do in the camps. So how would you actually choose the places of the camps themselves, in Spain and Turkey, inside of Egypt or outside of it?
We have a criteria for choosing either domestic or international camps. It depends on the place, the attractiveness of the kids. When we went to Turkey, most of the people thought we're going to Istanbul, the places that are known to the Egyptian people. However, we didn't go to Istanbul. We went to the places that would attract the kids. We went to places where we did parachute jumping, where we did lots of activities that the kids would like. That's the first criteria, that the kids have to like it.
But weren't you afraid that you're taking the children and yourselves to a place that Islam isn't really practiced, or it's contradictory to what are you teaching to the children in Utopia?
Of course, but nowadays, sooner or later, they'll have to be...
you have to know that other people are outside.
Yeah, there are other people outside of us.
Yes.
Just to be clear, Utopia isn't for Muslims only.
Yes.
If anybody wants to join,
but any
they
religion
join,
actually.
Yeah. Exactly, but most religions nowadays are practiced in a wrong way. So that's why we try to implicate the religion values. And as you said, in the camps, we are there to monitor every move they make. Like Amr said, we're their friends. We're not there to implicate control on them or shout to them. We're not that. They can tell us anything and we're never angry at them. That's why they like to go with us to the camps. If it's a school camp, maybe sometimes there's lots of scientific things. They have to go to visit this, they have to go to visit that. We give them the option. We have the option of going to this activity or this activity. It's what they like. It's not what we like.
From where we can understand now, you're mainly involved with teaching your students the right practices of the Muslim religion. But also, what about other religions, accepting other religions like Jewish religions, like Christian, like Buddhism, like any religions, like atheists? What about the people who are different, with problems, with defects, like the Down syndrome? What about people who are less fortunate, people with problems, people who have been practicing wrongdoings and they need to listen to someone? Mm-hmm. Did you include situations like that?
We of course tackle it, but as I said before, it's step by step. Like Buddhism, when we went to Himalaya, the main religion there was Buddhism and atheism main. We talked to the kids. We had a night where we sat down with the kids and talked about the religion, talked about what we think of the religion and what we should think. Most of the times we talk to the kids, it's a discussion. It's not a one-way, it's two ways. So we talk to them about everything, about every other religion there. In order, if they think their religion is right, they have to understand the other religions. So that's what we give them. We give them also values they have to think of, ethical things, awareness. As you said, we have to give back to the community we live in. And that's why when it comes any event, we try to give back to the community we live in from what we can do. Maybe they bring clothes, the bigger kids bring clothes, the smaller kids go give the clothes away. We have lots of ideas, but as I said, it has to be taken step by step. We can't fix all the problems all at once.
Mm-hmm. And we can follow you on utopiacamps.com in the future, right?
Yeah, sure.
So Dr. Amr Musa and Amr Adel. Amr Musa, of course, is the coach at Utopia Academy, and Amr is a student at the same academy. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now it's time to go for a quick break, and we'll be right back again with you on the program, so stay tuned.